everybody, in today's video I'm exploring a link that I recently uncovered that scientists have found some physical evidence between a person who has high spiritual or religious beliefs and a decreased risk of major mental depression. So I came across 3 or 4 articles that I thought were extremely interesting, and in today's video I'm just going to summarize the finding of these articles. I'm going to put links to the articles in the description below in case you want to do a little bit more research yourself and get more details, but I found these 2 articles fascinating and I'm going to review them for you today. My name is Dawn Dickinson. The channel is Living Your Best Life Over 55. I hope you enjoy the video. The first article was published in the National Library of Medicine by JAMA Psychiatry back in February 2014. The article title is Neuroanatomical Correlates of Religiosity and Spirituality, a study in adults at high and low familial risk for depression. This article was spearheaded by Dr. Lisa Miller at Columbia University Teachers College. I'm going to read you an abstract of the article. It says the importance, as we previously reported, a 90% decreased risk in major depression assessed prospectively in adult offspring of depressed probans who repeated that religion or spirituality was highly important to them. Frequency of church attendance was not significantly related to depression risk. Our previous brain imaging findings in adult offspring in these high-risk families also revealed large expanses of cortical thinning across the lateral surface of the right cerebral hemisphere. The objective was to determine if high-risk adults who reported high importance of religion or spirituality had thicker cortices than those who reported moderate to low importance of religion or spirituality, and whether this effect varied by family risk status. Now, regarding the study design and participants, the study included 103 adults aged 18 to 54 years old who were the second or third generation offspring of depressed, high familiar risk, or non-depressed, low familiar risk probans, which means first generation. Religious or spiritual importance and church attendance were assessed at 2 time points during the 5-year study, and cortical thickness was measured on an anatomical imaging of the brain acquired with magnetic resonance imaging, an MRI, at the 2nd time point. The main outcome and measurement was cortical thickness in the parietal regions by risk status. The results showed that the importance of religion or spirituality, but not necessarily the frequency of attendance, was associated with thicker cortices in the parts of the brain that the scientists were looking at, and this was independent of familiar risk. In addition, the effects of importance on cortical thickness were significantly stronger in the high-risk group than the low-risk group, particularly along the wall of the left hemisphere, in the same region where we previously reported a significant thinner cortex associated with the familiar risk of developing a depressive illness. We note that the findings are correlational and therefore do not prove a causal association between the importance and the cortical thickness. So it's basically saying they found a correlation, but it does not necessarily prove that it causes the result. The correlation between spirituality and a lower risk of depression exists, but it doesn't necessarily prove that the spiritual beliefs cause the thickening of that cortex. Conclusions and relevance. A thicker cortex associated with a high importance of religion or spirituality may confer resilience to the development of depressive illnesses in individuals at high familial risk for major depression, possibly by expanding a cortical reserve that counters to some extent the vulnerability that cortical thinning poses for developing familial depressive illnesses. Now I'm going to cite some information I found on a second article on the same topic. It was published in Psych News Daily, Science of Spirituality, Exploring the Intersection of Science and the Spiritual World. The article states that spirituality is a complex and multifaceted concept that can be difficult to define. It's often described as a search for meaning and purpose in life, a connection to something greater than oneself, and a sense of inner peace and well-being. But what does that really mean to be spiritual? At its core, spirituality is about understanding and exploring the nature of reality behind the physical realm. This can involve exploring questions about the meaning of life, the existence of a higher power or consciousness, and the relationship between self and the universe. It can also involve practices such as meditation, prayer, and contemplation that help individuals connect with their inner selves and the world around them. Spirituality is often contrasted with religion, but the two are not mutually exclusive. While religion typically involves a set of beliefs and practices based on a particular faith tradition, spirituality can be more personalized and individualized. Many people consider themselves to be spiritual but not religious, meaning they have a sense of connection to something greater than themselves but do not necessarily follow a specific religious doctrine. Spirituality can also play a role in promoting mental health and healing. Research has shown that spiritual practices such as meditation and prayer can help to reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety and to improve overall mental well-being. In addition, spirituality can help you to develop a greater sense of compassion and empathy, both for yourself and for others. This can help you build stronger relationships and to navigate difficult situations with greater ease and grace. Overall, spirituality can offer many personal benefits, helping you to develop spiritually, improve your mental health, and live a more fulfilling life. By incorporating spiritual practices into your daily routine, you can cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace and well-being and become a more passionate and empathetic person. In conclusion, exploring the science of spirituality can provide you with a deeper understanding of your own spiritual journey. By delving into the scientific research behind spiritual practices, you can gain a greater appreciation for the benefits they can offer. Spirituality can provide inspiration and fulfillment in your life, helping you to find meaning and purpose. By engaging in spiritual practices such as meditation, prayer, and mindfulness, you can cultivate a sense of inner peace and tranquility. Science has also shown that spirituality can have a positive impact on your physical and mental health. Studies have found that regular spiritual practice can reduce stress and anxiety, improve immune function, and even increase your lifespan. Overall, the science of spirituality offers a fascinating glimpse into the ways in which our spiritual and physical selves are interconnected. By exploring this connection, you can unlock new levels of insight and understanding into yourself and the world around you. So after reviewing the research that was described in these two articles and reading some other publications that described similar impacts of increasing spiritual exposure and beliefs and practices and how that impacts depression and reduces the risk of major depression episodes, to me it seems like we should be starting to reintroduce our young people to church or religion or just spirituality, non-denominational, because right now young people are having such a crisis with mental health, and there could be something to this that would help them out and keep them from becoming seriously depressed for the rest of their lives. So I'm all for exploring this further, doing more research for this, and exposing our young people and even our adults that are suffering and helping them to break the depressive cycle by means other than prescribing medication. So I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Dawn Dickinson. The channel is Dawn Dickinson, Living Your Best Life Over 55. If you enjoyed the video, please do me a favor and hit the like button. Consider subscribing. I post videos every single week about topics that are supposed to enhance and improve our lives. So I hope I'll see you back here again next week.